Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Oh my goodness. How is everyone doing? Smash the like when he's on the mic. How do you do? How do you do? We got Kurt and Nigel. We've already got 3 likes. Oh my, I thought I was gonna have a horrible day. It's a rough one for me, boys and girls. Man, this freaking desk. I hate this freaking desk. Don't find this is financial advice. I am telling you. I mean, this isn't really financial. It's autonomous AI have these desks, right? They're pretty cool desks, the raise and power button, raise, lower. I don't know, man. Don't get the black one. The dust, it just attracts dust and you see it like crazy. You know me, I got OCD, things drive me up the wall. So that's why you always constantly one little speck of dust, it takes me off the rails. Anyway, I digress. It's gonna be a rough day, man. I haven't called in sick for like 22 months. I gotta tell you, like I'm on the, like you guys are on the like button. I'm on the about to send in that email to call in sick. Um, Mentioned earlier in the week, I have fears that I might have the OMI. It's a mild case. If it is, I will say the reason, the big reason I think I might have it is because I'm very careful. Triple, I've had both shots. I've had a booster. I only go out like once a week. I talk about my Costco run. I'll go to Costco, load up on some veggies and a lot of my food. I'm wearing masks. I'm very careful. Yeah, I don't touch my face. This OMI spreads like crazy. That's the thing about it. It spreads like crazy. So there's not really. I don't even know how else I could have got it. I mean, maybe like someone dropped off an Amazon package and licked it and rang the doorbell. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a cold or anything. And I've been having these headaches. The headaches are pretty bad. So I woke up last night with, a headache and I couldn't go back to sleep. So I am tired AM. Still got the sniffles. Yesterday, my chest was starting to hurt a little bit. Chest feels fine today, though. I still got the sniffles. Still got a headache. Still tired. Anyway, I'm rambling on. All right, so we got Kurt. He's a simple man. Simple man. How does that song go? That's one of those songs I tried learning on guitar once. We got Nigel talking about Phantom. I got to tell you, everyone, I had a light bulb moment yesterday. It is no secret that I've been bullish. Oh, you know what? Actually, let me hop on over to the desktop. So one thing I'm going to do, besides control myself from burping right now, let me get logged into Tasty Works really quick. All right, so just be careful. I'm gonna twist the dial. I want to add a little bit more heat to the mic preamp. So just one click, and then I'll check that later today. Do one other thing. I think I'm gonna add a little compression to it. So listening to the stream yesterday, the sound's starting to sound a lot better to me. But you know me, I'm a perfectionist. I've recently had to become an audio engineer, a lighting engineer. I know, first world problems. All right, so we're gonna hop on over to the desktop. We're gonna talk about my light bulb eureka moment. It does involve Terra Luna. I am over the Luna. If anyone gets that, Luna's moon. You get it, guys. I'm over the Luna. Terra. The whole concept, that they Terra Luna, the Earth, the moon, and the relationship and the gravity and this and that. It's all pretty cool. We were just, I discussed yesterday. So like I said, I've been bullish Luna for a bit, but I'm really starting to have some light bulb moments. And the thing is when I sit here and I look at these cryptocurrencies, again, a big thing for me, the team, the leaders and the community and all that. But another thing I like to look at is this chain doing something different? What's its long-term viability? I try, and it's so easy. You do it, I do it. We get euphoric about chains. I've been euphoric about plenty of chains, and it comes and goes. And sometimes, like, luckily, I've picked what I think to be pretty solid chains, like Ethereum. I mean, it's hard not to pick that one. But Polkadot and Cardano, and those are like the core. really good tech, but Cardano and Polkadot especially, they've really kind of disappointed for the most part. I mean, Cardano, if you would have told someone a year ago when they bought Cardano at 50 cents, this is where it'd be right now, I mean, it would be hard to complain, right? But if you bought in at $3 and you're sitting where you're now, or at $2 or 250, I understand why you're upset and pissed off at Cardano. It's not a lot of fun to be down in crypto. And, I mean, even you're having the same problem with Solana right now. A lot of people probably bought it higher than what it was right now. So I'm sitting here and I'm looking at, what does this chain do that's different? What are the market conditions like? Or what do they do that works, that exists? What are they doing that's different? And what is its long-term viability? So real quickly, Cardano, one of the reasons I like them, because they do it differently with the UTXO, and they're building out a whole completely different ecosystem. All right, I'm going to shut up about Cardano. You guys are sick of me talking about that one. But Polkadot, it's a completely different ecosystem. Like, it's extremely complicated with the parachains and how all that works. That fascinates me. So I want to, I'm investing in that somewhat, and I want to see how that use case works out. Harmony One, real quickly. All right, so I'm talking about coins that I think are, what I think will be the top 5 coins in the next 5 to 10 years. This can most certainly change. This is technology. Something can emerge like Phantom, right? Is an up and comer. Maybe the DAG becomes a thing, or some new chain. We've looked at Multivac, or someone we've never heard of, or someone we always on my radar. So I've liked Terra Luna for a really long time, and I've somewhat understood it, and I'm starting to understand it more and more. And I finally light bulbs really started popping off. So when I kind of knew how the UST and the Luna worked. I've watched videos on it, but it didn't really, all these different angles didn't really stick. And as of late, they really started sticking. Anyway, yesterday in the Discord, I was like, I'm like, hey guys, I just had a eureka moment with Luna. These don't come along very often with me, right? And, I've had this recently with the meta. Well, I mean, I had this moment with the metaverse, and then, with this recent outcry from Meta and all this, it came sooner than I expected it. So that was a pleasant surprise. This Luna one, again, the light bulb moment hit me, and so we'll discuss all the reasons why I like it so much, and why, I bought 50. I've told you guys this before. I bought 50 Luna back in the day, back in the summer. I wish I'd have bought more. My average cost was $70. And it went crazy, right? And I'm just like, man, this is going up too fast. What's going on here? And again, I didn't really piece it all together, and I didn't want to FOMO into it, because I'm a trader that has a hard time buying something. I'm anti FOMO for the most part. I get FOMO, but I'm anti FOMO. FOMO is a MOFO. Anyway, I'm like, it's hard to buy a coin when I got it at $50 or $7, and it's like $100, right? Like, how much more room can this thing grow? Excuse me with the sniffles. This thing's already at a freaking, what is this thing at? What is Luna at? Like let's get a refresh on this. Jewel, by the way, Jewel broke in the top 100. It was $22. Is it still over $22? That one's a beast. Jewel might be the first cryptocurrency in the history of. Is it even possible for it to have a higher market cap than Harmony One? I mean, it is, right? It is. Is there any other coin out there where it has a higher market cap than the chain it's running on? Anyway, I think is Jewel gonna flip Harmony One? Thanks for Punjabi. All right, Jewel is $22. $22. It's well on its way to 25. Although it is kind of seeing a bit, some selling pressure up at this point. I was checking the bank out. Real quick, let's take a quick look at them, because we saw 1.7 million joules Bought one day, 200,000 the next day. We did see a 20,000 dip. I was a little bit surprised by that. We'll have to see how that pans out going into tomorrow. All right. What we were talking about Luna. All right. So Luna, V5, Fofana. All right. Terra Luna, the number one, the number 10 cryptocurrency. It is actually in the number 2 spot. Alpine, how you doing? You have more Jewel available. Yeah, the running joke on this channel is I have more Jewel, like I have way more Jewel value in the DeFi Kingdoms Bank than I do my real life bank. And it's the truth, bro. It's the truth. All right. Luna, again, light bulb eureka moment. I have FOMO on Luna. I bought Luna in the past. There's only one coin right now that I was dollar cost averaging into, because again, my philosophy style is more like, I'll dollar cost average in a little bit to things that I really believe in long term, but I'm more of a lump sum dollar cost average. I'll sit there and I'll stack some fiat, and I love stacking fiat and UST because UST pays you 20%, right? Trezor in the house. How you doing, brother? How you doing? So I like stacking that UST, getting 20%. And this is, guys, hopefully you get to the same. It's not going to be financial advice. And there's definitely a couple of really big cons with Luna. We'll address that too. Bitcoin's trying to move right now. What's going on with the price of Bitcoin? Freaking 46. Yeah, F Bitcoin, F cryptocurrency, man. I'm so sick. I don't want to say this, but I'm getting so sick of cryptocurrency. Every time you think Bitcoin's going to pump, everyone's talking about short squeeze this and fib lines that and this and that. And it just keeps boring as hell. Came back from my job. Oh, you just got off? Nah, hopefully you had a good day at work. I'm going to have a rough one today at work, 4 hours of sleep. I'm going to definitely need to load up on some caffeine, maybe try and sneak in a nap. Anyway, Bitcoin, man. Yesterday, it did it to me again. Bitcoin rug pulled me, because there's a lot of volatility out there right now, suggesting there's going to be a big move. There is some evidence. There is some chatter on the street that we can get a short squeeze coming here. We've heard about the bump and run or whatever the hell that's called, and we got our boy Capo saying we're going to dip down to 44, 45K likely, and then off to the races. Every time this effort acts like it's gonna break out, we got to go back to the December 5th, December 3rd, December 4th dump. It's just been trading sideways, and it continues to show my theory that this whole move right here. Do I have this on the other chart? Because I did a bunch. Yeah, so this whole move right here, or actually right here. This whole thing down right here and here feels a lot like, what happened back in May. So we are IMO in an accumulation phase, and I do think we're going to go back up. But it could be an accumulation phase that breaks down, and then we're in a different accumulation phase. So, yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you. All right, so Luna, like I said, the top 10 cryptocurrency, or it's in the top 10. It already has... what does it have? Like a $30 billion market cap. Again, I'm starting to really put the pieces together on this. And in the Discord, we were like, when I said this is a light bulb moment, my boy Retro was like, what's so special about it? They have Anchor. That's it. Anchor is awesome, but that's it. And I'm like, I didn't really go on too much, but yes, they do have Anchor. I freaking love Anchor. I use Anchor. I love Anchor. I have 10.5 Ethereum over there, and I have 50 bonded Luna as collateral, and I love the platform. I'm earning Anchor. Actually, I've taken all my recent earned Anchor and I put it in Astroport pool over there, a new DEX that has launched. So Terra Luna is a really good smart chain that built on the Cosmos SDK by a pretty taekwondo, I think, Duan. I don't know the bro's name. You guys know who I'm talking about. Man, you guys are just out of control today with these links. Anyway, so yeah, they have a really good ecosystem. If you check them out on DeFi Llama, it's very freaking impressive. Anchor is a pretty big part of, the dominance, and we will show that. So again, it's a smart chain with and they're not incentivizing. They don't. And so again, a concern I have. What is different about all these chains, right? Phantom, Polygon, AVAX are all EVM compatible. They're all competing in the same big pond, right? What does a chain do different? Again, is something I look at. Terra Luna does things different. They're not EVM, as far as I know, compatible. Completely different ecosystem. And I haven't even gotten to the beautiful part there, but we're going to get there. Anyway, they have 18.58 TVL. Number 2, they've shot up. They've come out of nowhere. USD is their... No, you mean UST, bro. Yeah, UST. We're going to get there. UST is finally what helped me put all the pieces that, fine. I mean, I knew anyway. Anchor is their dominant one, 47.8. Lido is pretty big. I use Lido and Anchor. Again, I have 10.5 B ETH. Beth, I have 10.5 Beth on Anchor. Is this the, I probably have that. Let me show that really quick. Show you that I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I mean, I know all the OGs here know I'm not blowing. But, for anyone that knew, I've been using this for months. I love this platform. There's the Mirror platform that's really good. I'm going to be looking forward to using Mirror quite a bit more in the future. I actually have some really good ideas. I'm not going to go off the rails with that. Anyway, like I said, I bonded. I want to bring more over. I would love to put all my Ethereum on here, to be quite honest. But again, it's DeFi, right? There's risk. Yeah, if this place gets rug pull, exploited, you have a TVL issue like they've had recently, and it's gone, right? So I'm very careful. My loan to value ratio is only 23%. And to be quite honest, that makes me nervous. I mean, they recommend a 45%, but if I would have had that TVL, I would have gotten destroyed by that, that glitch they had a few weeks ago. Casca, how you doing? Anyway, so again, yeah, as Trezor was alluding to, UST, now this is going to really start. All right, so let me finish up. So they have Anchor and they have Mirror, are two of their top protocols. They're really cool. Again, I'm going to start using Mirror. Terra swaps their primary DEX. Oh, Astroport's really moved up. So again, I had gotten some not a ton, like 27 Astroport recently in an airdrop. And then, I took my Anchor. I claimed my Anchor rewards to date. It was like 150 Anchors, so probably about $500. I traded half of that into, I think, UST. And then I put that in the Astroport Anchor UST pool. So I am yield farming over there a few $100, right? I'm not by any means recommending it. You lock it up for a while. Hell, I barely even understand how Astroport works. I haven't done a lot of research on it. I'm like, whatever. I don't care. I don't care about this Anchor, right? So really, all I did was claim my Anchor, which I am bullish on. Traded half into UST, threw it in the pool, and we're going to see what happens in a few months, right? Let's see. Yeah, Casca, it's like eating an elephant, man. One bite at a time. You start using the stuff, it starts making sense. There was, and don't let that discourage you. This is all stuff this is where the world's going. You got to learn it. You got to learn it. Watch videos on it. There's plenty of videos out there on how to, and you don't even have to get into Anchor, but all the concepts are the same as you go around DeFi and it starts making more and more sense. It looks like Bitcoin's going right back down. Anyway, so again, Mirror, I like Mirror a lot. I'm going to be possibly using Mirror this year more with the thing I like about Mirror. Let me pull this up really quick. Is it's a really good vehicle to hedge. So instead of selling my Ethereum, and I'm looking like if they're supposed to come to Harmony One, man, what the hell? I would love to have Mirror over on, or no, Anchor, but I would love to have Mirror and Anchor over on Harmony One. Anyway, let's get over to Mirror really quick. That is some weird looking stuff right there. All right, so yeah, let me go ahead and connect. Unless it asks me for my password. I could swear. All right, I'm going to hold off on that for now. Anyway, one of the things I love about Mirror is you can come over here. I don't care. What I would love Mirror to do is add more coins, right? Right now, I don't care about the synthetic stocks. That does not excite me. What excites me is things like Bitcoin, Polkadot, Ethereum. I mean, if you got a lot going on with stocks, you can definitely do some stuff with it. But I want more coins over here. I want Cardano. I want Luna on here. I want Solana on here because I don't need Solana because I don't. But the idea is Ethereum's. I got a big bag of Ethereum, and I would love Cardano over here because I got a big bag. So say I think the market's getting ready to dump, right? And say I have 100. I don't have 100 Ethereum. I'm just using it as an example. Say I have 100 Ethereum. I'm like, man, I don't want to sell my Ethereum, but I want to hedge against it because I think Ethereum's going to go down. Well, I could come over here and sell 20 Ethereum, and it's kind of like being on margin. These are advanced topics, right? And we'll be doing more of this in the future. But the process is I'll sell 20 Ethereum, but I don't really sell it. I'm just selling it on this platform, saying I'm lending it to someone for them to buy, and my goal is to buy it back cheaper, right? So I don't actually sell any of my 100 Ethereum, but I'm basically shorting 20 at the same time. It's kind of like a covered call concept, but a little bit different. Anyway, if I'm wrong on the trade and Ethereum keeps going up and up and up, I'm still making money. I'm just not making as much money, and I'm hedged. But what happens quite often, oh my goodness, there's a burp, sorry. We get these volatility moves down. So it feels like a no-brainer to me when we're in, greed levels and extreme greed and certain indicators. Man, just, you can hedge against your Bitcoin, hedge against your Ethereum, and it's just going to kind of do its thing for a while. And the beauty with this is if you have a ton of UST, you get AUST as collateral, and you can continue to get your 20% on your UST and then use that AUST to sell the Ethereum. Sure, Ethereum could go up and you could get liquidated, but you're still making money and you're hedging, and there's a really good chance, and especially if you're just decent or just kind of smart, hedging when the market, everyone's, greed and big pumps and whatever. If you're smart about it, you short it, everything crashes, you buy your 20 Ethereum back at like half cost, you still have and you just gain the SAT version of Ethereum or Bitcoin, or, and we're going to see a lot more of this. There's other things coming. They already exist. Options. I'm really excited about options in crypto, but the bid-ask, yeah, you can drive a truck through it. Retro in the house. The easiest is yep. So I love the, all right. So let's get to, all right, real quickly. Like Retro said, what do they have besides Anchor? Well, they have Mirror. Mirror's pretty good. Now they have Astroport. They have the Terra swap, the primary DEX. There's a few protocols coming I'm really excited about. There's the Mars protocol. I don't know a lot about that one. It might be similar to what Anchor has. I'm not sure. And they have this Nebula protocol I'm actually really excited about. I don't know a lot about that either, other than I know you can set up strategies over there, and you can set up these strategies that, again, don't quote me here. I just kind of know, like, I want to buy this and keep them at certain ratios, and it kind of just handles it for you. So that's a really cool concept. I'm looking forward to that. Again, this is a smart chain where the ecosystem is growing, and it's already the number 2 TVL. And if I haven't said it enough, I have a lot of concerns about these smart chains that are climbing up the ranks, because they're climbing up the ranks because they have high TVL. They have high TVL because they're incentivizing their balls off. AVAX, Matic, and Phantom especially are just throwing cash, just like, please come over here. Is it going to stick? If the market crashes, is all that going to stick? Harmony One is actually doing, and that's part of why they're slow, but it's probably a stickier stick. People are coming over there because they want to get into DeFi. There's DeFi Kingdoms is not giving us free Harmony One like AVAX is giving you AVAX and Phantom is giving you Phantom and Matic gave you Matic. Harmony One's giving a little Harmony One, but they're not on DeFi Kingdoms, it pales in comparison to what these other chains are doing. Luna's the same thing. I'm not getting free Luna, right? They're building this because people want to be over here. Now here's the beautiful part. Luna has this and I'm very bullish, extremely bullish, over the moon, over the Luna bullish, the algorithmic stablecoin that they've created. Now there's some cons to this and we'll get to that. But the more UST that is printed, the more Luna that gets burned. The more UST that gets printed, the more Luna that gets burned. So every time you print $1 of UST, $1 of Luna gets burned. That means the supply available Luna just keeps going down and down. And that's one of the big reasons why it's gone up in value so much. So think about this, right? There's a few things to think about. The TAM. Who the hell ever talks about the TAM when it comes to crypto? It probably should be talked about a little bit more. In general, all these crypto chains will continue to go up in value because the total addressable market, the TAM, is going to grow. It's expected to grow like a 7 or 8x in the next 3 to 4 years. It's expected to go from 125 million to a billion in the next 3 to 4 years, outpacing the growth of the internet. And that's just the next 3 to 4 years. So the total addressable market is going to explode. Ethereum could lose 5, 10, 15, 20% of its market share, but the total addressable market share is growing at a faster rate. So it's going to continue to go up. And plus, if they're successful with the beacon chain and all this, all right, so the TAM's going to go up. Also, look, UST in general is growing, it's growing as one of those stable coins people love. What has happened to the market caps of Tether and USDC during this market? They've exploded. Their market cap is exploding because people keep moving into that, right? Well, what do you think is going to happen, as UST's got two things going for it. One, a lot of people love it. A lot more people are getting into it. A lot of people want to get into it and earn 20% on it. So that's just a money printer of this expanding market of UST. And as that pool gets bigger and bigger, they have to keep burning Luna, right? They keep burning Luna and there's less and less supply and much more demand on that. So that's a big reason why Luna is exploding and why I've had this light bulb moment. And the whole ecosystem is like this feedback loop. As all these protocols come online, as more TVL comes in line, that means more, you need Luna to, you're going to need, you need UST to participate for gas. You need UST to participate in these pools. You need UST to participate in all these different protocols. And it just causes this massive feedback. So, the cons is you pay. You're going to pay for this, right? You're going to have diamond nuts like you've never had in your life when it comes to this stuff. Because first of all, this isn't completely battle tested, right? This is all very new ecosystem. The underlying smart chain is it grows and shrinks based on how much UST is printed. So it's what I'm saying. So maybe some things happen that we can't even think about or foresee yet. They've already had May Day. When there was a huge dump back in May, UST went way off peg, and Luna, like it was crazy, right? So it's a highly volatile asset that you gotta understand. Like there's gonna be some gut check days if you get into this, and you don't get into it. The easiest way to protect yourself, obviously, and I say this all the time, is don't invest more you can afford to lose. you're gonna have some days where you're just gonna like, yeah, man, I got to turn off the screen. We'll check this back in 2 or 3 days when everything's back to normal, or 2 or 3 weeks, like disaster type, or maybe like it could get so bad that the thing never recovers. I don't likely think that's going to be the case, especially as more and more people get comfortable with it. Even when the market's crashing, I'll be like, fine, whatever. I'm going to sell out of my Ethereum. I'm going to sell out of, potentially, maybe I'm just going to hedge like I talked about earlier on Mirror, but I'm going to be going to UST, and then I'll just go, and I've had this long-term vision for a long time. I want to park a lot of UST on Anchor, and whatever, Anchor is one of the best places to do it, 20% interest. I mean, are you kidding me? 20 If I had $1 million in Anchor, I would have a $200,000 a year job. They're just paying me daily, just cashing checks and breaking necks. Yeah, Harmony does have good organic growth. I mean, Harmony's organic growth right now is DeFi Kingdoms. Anchor is like my main base, and then I use Elk to swap to a bunch of different native. I haven't used Elk. I'll have to check that one out. They still don't support Terra, but I was told it's coming soon. Once it's complete, I'd never have to need a sex, and yeah, man. That's the dream for me, right? Get rid of the banks. Insurance. They have some insurance protocols that are really exciting coming to Terra Luna. I mean, they're covering all bases, and it's a very smart team over there, guys. Again, the tech and the leadership. I've watched the terabytes, from time to time. There's some really smart dudes over there. The insurance is kind of expensive, is my understanding, but like any good insurance. And we got to see how it matures and if they actually pay out. And insurance companies are pretty greasy in general. They always look for reasons not to pay you. But it's expensive. But as more and more people get insurance, it'll come down in price. So I think insurance could play a big role in this type of stuff in the future. I would love to see, something like this. I'm just on super dream team right now, thinking like, man, what if Anchor could get, backing by FDIC type insurance type. I'd like to see regulation coming along like, oh, okay, if you meet certain regulatory, requirements, well, FDIC. I think things like that could come in the future, maybe not, again, then it's like, well, then it's not decentralization. And hey, look, man, I don't know how some of this stuff is going to evolve. None of us do. I would love, like, if I knew my money was safe. I mean, that's the rub, that you're getting paid for the risk. It's DeFi. Things can happen. It's very safe-ish to put your money over here, put it in the urn, and get paid. This has been consistent. I'm getting paid 20% interest. It is paid in Anchor. So if you truly want that 20%, I mean, the price of Anchor has basically been stable too. But if you truly want it, you would want to cash out. Like, I wouldn't, it does cost like $1, a dollar transaction here and there. So I'd probably do it like once a month or something. I haven't claimed my Anchor in a long time. Again, I just did that to put it in Astroport. But it is pretty consistent earnings. You would have to set your own schedule on how you would want to do that. If you would want to swap it into UST, there's a lot of strategies you can do. Like I said, you get AUST that can use as collateral. There's a lot of advanced and exotic strategies. Mirror, there's some really cool strategies where you can go over there and you can pick an asset. The problem is their rates change so much every day, but you can neutral farm, like Bitcoin or Tesla or whatever, and earn over there on Mirror, where you get paid in the Mirror protocol, right? So what I want to drive home here though is the market cap of UST should grow, right? Like, give me a reason why it wouldn't. If the crypto market crashes, right? So that's the argument. If the crypto market crashes, the market cap of UST is likely to go down, especially in the next 3 to 4 years. But if this stable coin in this ecosystem continues to grow and more and more people start to understand it, and you have that long-term vision, again, like I do, I am looking to. I've got my Ethereum bag, I've got my Cardano bag, I've got my Polkadot bag, I got my Harmony bag, and I'm looking for that next big safe coin to buy that I still think has. I'm not looking at that. You had a little bit of money, on the high risk stuff, the gaming and all that. But like, what is that smart chain that I think will be in the top 5? Right, Luna could be, top 2 or 3. It could continue to be, because as the crypto market's expected to go to like $250 trillion, according to Raoul Paul. Look, I don't know how soon that is, but that's 100x on the crypto market right now. Is a 10 trillion to 25 trillion reasonable in the next 5 to 10 years? It's not out of the question. So when that happens, and if UST continues to be that coin, that stable coin that people go to, look, there's going to be other algorithmic stable coins. But again, first to market, first mover advantage, already got a huge network effect, already got great mature working products. It's one of the reasons I love Ethereum and Cardano so much. They're much more mature projects, especially Ethereum. So there's a lot to be said for all that. So, and again, total addressable market. The total addressable market coming in is going to increase like crazy. So even if some people, more people would be coming into UST than it's likely to going to be coming out. The more UST that's printed, the more Luna that gets burnt, and the higher the price of Luna goes up. Anunnaki, how you doing? Nimrod, how you doing? All right, let me get caught up. Does burning UST print Luna? Yes. Let me think about it. Is burning? So when you sell your when the UST gets sold for like something, say you sell it even just for like a stable coin, yes, it does print. So that's, again, you're getting paid for the volatility. There will be, big wreck your face volatility moments, most likely with Luna and UST, especially over the next few years, I'm guessing. But it should all normalize itself back out. And I'm not saying go 100% Luna, right? I actually have a video that I'm planning this weekend that'll kind of drive that point home. It should be a lot of fun. It'll be just a normal video, not a live stream. All right. Burning UST drop Luna. Luna went 8 because everyone was going to stables during the dip. I mean, that's definitely part of it. Luna went 8 because everyone was going during. Well, I mean, actually, if you look at this right here, what was this, May? So this was a really bad time for Luna, I believe. So this was on May 14th or May 10th. Let's take a Luna at that time. I mean, it was affected pretty bad too. So Luna crashed pretty hard during this liquidity crisis too. It was in an accumulation phase. I think, again, the main reason IMO that Luna is skyrocketing right now is because the TVL on Luna is growing because it's such a great ecosystem. And that TVL, a lot of that TVL requires UST. The more UST that's created, the more Luna gets burnt. The supply goes down. The ecosystem is a feedback loop. These protocols require UST. Hell, I'm in the UST pool on Jewel, right? I have like $3,000 or $4,000 in UST on Harmony One. UST is on Coinbase now. It could easily become the stable coin of choice. I think algorithmic stable coins are the future, and UST's first mover advantage, and it's already proven that it could be successful. I was in Cosmic Wizards actually, and I talked about this I think last week. They chose the DAI stable coin. UST was their second choice, and they really kind of wanted to go with UST, but their argument was it's not mature enough. And Mirror does get All right. Alpine Mirror did drop a lot since all-time high. Looks like I wouldn't buy Mirror. I wouldn't invest in. I wouldn't invest in Anchor. I wouldn't invest in Mirror. I'm not a fan of buying the farm coin. I don't know. I see people talk about this, and there's even a few videos right now, like on Sunday Swap, how to buy Sunday Swap before it launches. Like, why the f do you want to? I mean, maybe because you know you're gonna be in farms and you think the price is gonna go up, and it probably will. But generally speaking, you don't buy the farm coin. There's very few. There's very few exceptions to that rule. There's almost never an exception, but right now DeFi Kingdoms is kind of one of those exceptions because they're and that's why I'm so bullish. DeFi Kingdoms, the utility. Name me any. I mean, there's some up and coming games now that are doing the same thing, but name me anything that even comes close to DeFi Kingdoms where like the token you're earning. I don't as I earn it, I don't even want to sell it because I'm like, man, I need Jewel to do shit, you know? Yeah, pre-sale to dump on launch is a good reason. Or if you think it is, I mean, sure, you don't know though, right? You don't know. Quite often the coin dumps on the launch. It's a whole different launch system. It's what AstroSwap did. My guess is if you buy it, it's probably going to be worth. Who knows? Who knows? I plan to farm over there, and that's the thing. I wouldn't buy Mirror. I would just farm it. But I don't farm on Mirror right now anyway. Let's catch up. But as we get bullish, I don't know if that'd be the case. So you're talking about why it was bullish, the UST. Again, the total addressable market is going to go up on this, just like any stable coin. I think two things are going to happen with Luna. It's going to garner more adoption, and the total addressable market's going to go up. I mean, the same thing. I can't say the same thing with Tether and USDC. More and more people are souring on Tether. More and more people are souring on USDC because it's Circle or whatever and it's centralization, right? I think over time, more and more people are going to sour on things like Tether and USDC. And the next one right there, Bob's your uncle. It's where's UST? There's Binance USD. So is anything ahead of that? I mean, that's just because there's a lot of money over on Binance and a lot of reasons to be in it. But $10 million market cap. Do you really think that's not going to go up? Do you really think if the cryptocurrency market just 2x's and this gets more adoption, that UST won't go to 20 billion, 30 billion, eventually catch what USDC and Tether's doing and garner more adoption? Put to rest all this Tether's not backed and this and that and BS that, this and that. The more and more UST that gets minted, the more and more or the less and less Luna there's available. And you can do a lot of great things with Luna. I've got my Luna bonded and I'm using it as collateral. Or you can stake it. There's all kinds of great things you can do with it like any other smart chains. Again, it's got the same use cases as a lot of other chains. They're building the number two TVL without incentives. You can be in their stable coin. You can earn 20% interest. There's not a whole lot of cons other than, high volatility. It's a relatively immature product. It isn't battle tested, this and that. Anyway, Eureka light bulb moments. I have FOMO. I bought 50 Luna back in the day. I now buy $50 a Luna a week. I will be looking to add that to my core position. This is one of the ones I'm now building out as my core position. I'm good on Cardano. I'm good on, I can never have enough of any coin that I love, right? But right now, I'm really bullish on Luna. It's a bit of a diversity play. I don't try to get too diverse, but it's another safe coin that I think has a really good shot of being a top 5 coin. The only one that I don't own that I think will likely be a top 5 coin is Solana. Solana is something I might start adding as a core position down the road, especially if there's blood in the streets type situation. And again, I'm not suggesting or recommending. I'm not buying big bags of Luna right now, even though I think it could easily become 100 billion, several 100 billion, and $1 trillion market cap over the next 5 to 10 years. Meaning, If you had $30,000 of Luna right now, you could be a millionaire based on that math in the next 5 to 10 years. I do think that's highly possible. Not financial advice, not guarantees. These are just the long-term things I look at. And I'm just like, yeah, man, I really think Luna has a great chance to make it. I think the pot odds are on its side, but and I've already, I've already gotten pretty good at handling the volatility, and I know the volatility on this one's going to be a lot more. So now the two, I'm extremely bullish on the metaverse too. I've already got me a Decentraland bag. I'm dollar cost averaging Sandbox right now. Now I'm dollar cost averaging Luna. These are the primary two assets on my mind right now that if I'm lucky enough to time a decent top here and I'm able to take quite a bit of profits off the board, again, my long-term strategies, I'm going to keep somewhere between 50 to 70% is my current plan on the board. And then I'll have, the rest of that hopefully at good gains that I will be looking to buy back in, just, building out things that I find a great value in. So I'll be looking for blood in the streets on the metaverse. There's a few others. So I'll be looking for blood in the streets on the Sandbox, the Decentraland, some other plays that we're looking at, like Pavia, like Real Networks, but most primarily right now, I would say the Sandbox and the Decentraland. There's actually a couple NFTs I would love to get my hands on if there's just like crazy blood in the streets and I'm just wiping my butt with Ethereum, and that would be Bored Ape Yacht Club and CryptoPunks. I think if you can find a way to get your hands on those at an amount that makes sense based on your portfolio size. Let me get this frog. So I do think Bored Ape. Oh, you know what I meant to do? Whatever. Now I gotta do it, man. I gotta do it. I'm gonna go for it. All right. So what are we, like 30 minutes in? I want to add a little bit of. All right. We went to the other desktop. Hopefully that didn't drop the stream. I think that's done that before. Are we still live? Microphone check. All right. So what I want to do is. Again, I told you guys I had to become a sound. I'm going to ease up the compression a little bit. A microphone, a little bit more. Is that too much? Let me know if things sound. Oh, wait, do I need to go the other way? That might be yeah. See, I don't know what I'm doing. All right, let's see how that is. Let me know if things got weird there. All right, what was I saying? The things. So Bored Ape Yacht Club. I would love to own a Bored Ape Yacht Club or two and a CryptoPunk. Those things could be worth tens of millions of dollars in the future. Those will be, again, think of like the Renaissance art area, right? We are in a new art era right now. So owning the number one, like 10,000 pixelated CryptoPunk or whatever, dude, that is owning a piece of history that is going to appreciate like nobody's business over time. I think the same thing's going to happen with Bored Ape Yacht Club. Most NFTs will probably end up being hot garbage, but there will be, just like real art, most art will be garbage, right? But if you have your hands on certain pieces, they will continue to be collectibles and worth tens of millions in the future. So, I have a dream. I have a dream that I could someday pick up, like maybe my bag's pretty big and there's a real bloodbath and I can pick up a Bored Ape for like 10 Ethereum or something. I would probably jump on that, but that's living in dreamland. So metaverse, a couple of NFTs I would be looking to pick up, and then Luna is going to be a really big one that I would be looking to pick up. When there's just like crazy blood in the streets, and I have some dry powders. The cool kids, as the cool kids say on their hands. Let me get caught up. Secure. I have 15. Nice, dude. Secure is living large. 15. What's your average cost? Hopefully you got in early in the summer. Are you staking that? Let's see. So I was thinking sell 1,000 and keep 500, but leave the cash in Anchor. I don't hate that. So I can have monthly cash so I can keep investing. Yeah, bro. I'm not going to give you financial advice. I like to push people to be able to make their own decisions. Because it makes you just a lot better in life in general. I don't hate the plan, right? I wouldn't hate it if you didn't want to sell any of it and you just wanted to hold on to it. If you're in huge profits, like you sell your initial investment and whatever, and then put it in Anchor. It's a great way. I mean, He-Man Christmas, you have a lot of it. So, I mean, theoretically, what is 1,500? So you have like 150-ish thousand if it was at like $100. And if you were to tell me I'm going to put like half of that in Anchor, and then you're making, like $15,000 a year, a little over $1,000 a month safely. And then there's so much you can do with it. I don't hate any of your plans, right? Again, I have a long-term goal of parking a lot of cash in Anchor. I would love to have half a million. Yeah, I would love to have half a million. Like that's such an easy thing to, just be able to put, a small 500 grand in Anchor, but 500 grand in Anchor is basically what I get, lifetime, yearly job. New sub. Thank you, Fortech. How you doing, bro? What's Velis? I have no idea. We can take a look at that one. Oh, Nimrod. Oh, Velis, a Solana. Oh, if it's a Solana copycat, what the F do? Isn't that what? All right, let's see. Solana fork. I'm already not interested. Maybe it's a big mess. We can take a look though. Oh, they're using the Solana. And then why do you even care, Nimrod? Are you maybe spoon? Are you looking to buy some? Are you looking to YOLO into it? Take a gamble. Someone accidentally set point set when selling a. No, my ass, dude. No one accidentally set shit. Maybe, dude, but there's so much tax fraud going on, bro. Like, go create a MetaMask wallet. How hard is that to do? Click, copy down 12 words or whatever it is. I don't freaking remember. You have a wallet. I guess you would have to do it as a private sell and be really, because you're bots, right? So you do it as maybe, right? I don't know all the ins and outs, but there's ways to, do tax evasion and hide your assets. If you think that's not going on, I think it's gone on in DeFi Kingdoms. And I'm not saying DeFi Kingdoms is corrupt. It's just the nature of the world. There's people out there that they're going to try and hide their assets and not pay taxes. So if you can sell your Bored Ape to yourself for 0.75 ETH, and effed up, and you know what I'm saying? Like you could probably only get away with that once with the IRS, but that's a huge tax loss. And you still you're underground with your Bored Ape, but you still own it. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying it's suspect as hell. I've definitely seen some weird stuff going on watching sales and OpenSea. I'm still in it. I don't freaking remember some skeleton ape shit I'm in. I'm still excited about it. They're gonna have dog racing and sandbox, I guess. A gameplay coming up. I saw some weird things where like someone bought and then just immediately like 2 minutes later sold it within 20 minutes, sold it at like a 2 ETH loss. Yeah, some stuff's going on. It's not too hard. I mean, I'm not suggesting it and I'm not doing it, but there's ways to, now you're kind of looking behind your shoulder. And again, it's all on chain. And if you're not really careful and washing things, and then how do you get it back? How do you get it back in your wallet, or do you sell it in the? I'm sure there's some things going on that I don't know about, like how to handle all this. I'm not looking to commit tax fraud or hide assets. So, yeah, man. Excuse me. I tell you what, right now in DeFi Kingdoms, especially when it comes to my Gen Zero. So I will be adding Luna to the spreadsheet and adding some notes to that. I'll probably be this weekend adding notes to the whole thing in general. We're going to continue. I want to clean it up. I do want to get that out there for you all. Add some things to it that I think need to be added to it, like the top metaverse. For example, we have Cardano and Harmony right now. Like, we had the pros and the cons, but I feel like we need to put like, top DeFi, top metaverse plays and things. So you just kind of build out links to each other and all that. So I will be adding Luna. So what I was saying is I still get nervous as hell when I rent out my Gen Zero. Even you type higher, but sometimes I'll cancel and I'm just like, dude, I mean, there are a few people that sold their Gen Zero for when they thought they were hiring it. I'm sure some of it was tax fraud. I'm sure some of it was legit, right? So it still scares the S out of me, making sure that I hire it every time. All right. I don't know, guys. I'm kind of wordless right now. Anything y'all want to talk about? Anything you want to do? That's my spiel on Luna, light bulb moments. Oh, thank you there, comrade. I'm a little loopy right now. I almost made that person a moderator. I'm so loopy. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get a nap in today. Actually, let's take a quick look at Velis. Are they on crypto? Are they on CoinGecko? Probably not. Brand new. Oh, they are. Velis, number 112. Solana Cologne. How long have they been out? How'd you even hear about them, Nimrod? Oh wow, they just started pumping. Did Big Boy pump them? A nice fat dip here. Yeah, let's see. What do we got? We got a market cap of 1 billion. Trade volume 23 million. What's the circulating supply? Why am I not seeing that? Am I missing? Right here, 2 billion. Probably, I mean, all right, let's take a look. What do we got? A Solana clone? Like, why go here if you could just go Solana? It would just be Block Explorer dApps. Oh, that's another thing I want to do. I want to create links to the ecosystem and up and coming apps. I'm telling you, man, we're going to build out some pretty cool, research over time. Next gen blockchain for your dApp. Join the ecosystem for a user-friendly, transparent and privacy. How can you be transparent and privacy respecting at the same time? Built on top of the Velis. If you already have a dApp built on Ethereum, Tron, it will take minutes for you to switch over. If they're a Solana clone, how can it be so easy to switch over? I mean, do they have converters or something? dApps. Let's see. Our Velis account system is enhanced for MetaMask. Install Velis now. Solidity, low cost, developer, performance. Who's pumping this? I want a dual exit strategy segment. Man, you keep digging at that one. I keep telling you, man, stop worrying about it. We'll talk about it. Yeah, I know you're worried about it, bro. I know you're worried. Did you take profits? If you're worried about it, take profits. Are you worried you're going to regret taking profits because it moves? Let's get into it. I want to know why Nimrod's I want to know why Nimrod's so hot on on this. Who pumped it? What channel are you listening to out here that pumped this? Was it brought up with Wendy O? Did George do a segment? George, it was cute. I don't know if you guys caught George's video last night. It's cute. He's talking about DeFi now, so that was cute. He did mention, someone did ask about DeFi Kingdoms. He did give DFKs a little bit of praise. All right, so Jewel, here's the deal with Jewel. I hope doesn't drop hard after Crystal. So Retro's concern on Jewel right now. Where is my Discord? Let's get into, I did this move again. Let me do this. Let me do that. All right. Discord. Am I still on the wrong? All right. DeFi Kingdoms. Let's get to the announcement to make sure I got my dates right. So the snapshot is all right, staking just became blah, blah, blah. Sorry, each hero summon. All right, so to the 21st, we will be taking a snapshot on January 21st for this, right? So your concern is up right before January 21st. It could front run. It wouldn't be the worst idea in the world to take some. So I do have kind of a thought, like if Jewel gets to $25 or $30, I'm going to take some profits. Again, I'm borrowing money. I'm borrowing like $8,000 on Anchor, and I put it into DeFi Kingdoms. I want to pay that off, right? I should pay it off now. I've already probably like 2x'd on it, and right, but I'm a little bit into the greed. I'm a little bit into the FOMO greed euphoria right now. I understand I'm towing the line, or whatever, expression you want to say. I've got the risk on. The thing that helps me sleep at night still is the fact that, dude, this is all right. So 125, there will be 125 million crystal, 1/4 of the supply of Jewel. They are airdropping 1% of that on, the snapshots January 21st. I don't know when we're going to get the airdrop. So the concern is after January 21st, there's not going to be any incentive to hold Jewel. The price of Jewel is going to plummet. It's definitely a concern. Here's the deal. It's only 1% of the supply of crystal. It's going to be a nice little bonus. It's going to be a nice little thank you. I own a ton of heroes. I own a couple thousand Jewel. So, that's going to probably get me like 80 crystal. Theoretically, the price of crystal should be 4x the price of Jewel. If it's pegged and it's 1/4 of the supply, that's my theory. So it's going to be a nice little bonus. Do you know how you earn crystal though? Right? Because you're going to need crystal to get in to buy the Gen Zeros. There's going to be a huge incentive for people to try and get crystal for free and get a Gen Zero, because these Gen Zeros are theoretically worth $60,000-$70,000 right now. Massive incentive to single stake your Jewel and earn crystal to try and get a Gen Zero. Massive, because you can get the crystal for free. All you gotta do is hold Jewel, right? So why the incentive is still there to hold Jewel after the snapshot? Because again, it's the only way you can get crystal, right? And they're going to continue to do that. So I personally, I could be wrong, I think the price of Jewel is going to continue to go up for a while, right? Especially and then there's going to be liquidity farming, and so eventually, this team's pretty good though. So they keep finding ways of stringing us along. And an amulet drop, right? There was an amulet drop. People held Jewel for the amulets. It wasn't as great as a Gen Zero, and the price did pull back some, but it didn't pull back much. When we go down to like $10, we were at $12. We went down to $10. So this team keeps finding ways, and I think there's plenty of gas left in the tank. Now again, I'm looking to take profits. If you're concerned, if you can't sleep at night because you got too much skin in the game, take some of that S off, right? Take some of that S off. So my local YouTuber mentioned Velas. Yeah, someone out there has to be taught. I never heard of it, to be quite honest. Retro says the way I see it is Crystal Rockets Jewel drops. No, they'll be pegged because they're all right. So it's almost too much for me to think about. It makes my head hurt. But if all the incentive is going to be being, because you're going to be able to do a lot of the same things. You can easily bridge your hero over to AVAX or bridge your hero back over and earn, right? So if the price of crystal is really expensive over here, everyone's going to come over to Harmony 1 where it's cheaper to go on their quest, right? And then there's going to be arbitragers. So theoretically, the price will stay pegged between the two coins to keep all the ecos. That's, I think that's what the team has mentioned. That makes the most sense. I think that's what's going to happen. So again, 1/4 the supply of Jewel. I'm just guessing, right? 1/4 the supply of Jewel. So the price of crystal should be 4x the price of Jewel. I think, right? We'll have to know when they. So also theoretically, the summon cost should be 4 times higher then, right? I don't know how all that's going to work out, but they've done the tokenomics and the math, and this team has showed me that they know what they're doing, and they really put a lot of thought into this. So at the end in order for DeFi Kingdoms to even survive, right? You know what I mean? So I don't know. Anyway, that's what I think on that. Nick, how you doing, bro? Let's see. Like in a way the AVAX launch is being priced in. I mean, it's being priced in because people need Joule to prepare for it. So, yeah, I mean, kinda. That doesn't. I mean, the FOMO for it launching on AVAX definitely gives it just more incentive on top of it all to get into Joule because they a lot of people see it as I missed the boat on DeFi Kingdom's Harmony One. You know, I don't want to miss the boat on AVAX. I don't know how easy. It's not going to be a comparable boat, right? It's not. I don't. At least I don't think so. The OGs that got in early on DeFi Kingdoms and have a lot of stacked Joule definitely have a leg up right now. I don't know, man. We'll have to see how this plays out. Again, I'm not worried. I personally, and I can be wrong. I can be 1,000,000% wrong. I'll be the first to admit it. I've already told you that I could be wrong 1,000,000 times, and right now I'm taking the extra risk. I think the price of Joule will continue to go up. I'm not overly concerned about a huge pullback after the snapshot. Now, if we start seeing it like crash, I might be like, yeah, you know what? I should have sold at 20. I'll sell a bag at 15, right? Like live and learn, right? Just have a plan ready to go. Or maybe I don't panic sell and it goes to zero and I go down with the ship. I don't freaking know. I don't freaking know, Retro. Let's see. And priced in Joule, but not really in Crystal, since so that's just the initial. That's just the airdrop's nothing but a thank you for being an early adopter and early investor. It's only 1%. The airdrop's only 1%. That's nothing. It's like my biggest fear is getting dumped on. Dude, Fortnite. I have way more Joule than Fortnite. He's not dumping his Joule. He only has like 900. Where is he, by the way? Fortnite? Who knows? He's probably playing Fortnite. He's probably trying to buy a Pavia estate. He's probably crying over his Astro. How's Astro Swap? Let's take a look. We haven't checked Astro Swap in a while. Could have sworn I had a link. It must be my other. Yeah, here we go. What's the price of Astro doing? You bought any land in the metaverse yet, Retro? I know you won't buy that ugly, filthy, nasty Cardano, but you were looking at 12 cents. Not bad. Still no plan. I bought Cornucopia instead. When Fortnite, Tom, Taki dumped Joule at this, when Tom and Taiki dump, Taiki dump Joule. I can get absolutely destroyed by those two guys. Taiki and me? You can get destroyed by me? I would never destroy you. Taiki's not in the game. He's just farming it. And that's a positive sign. He's still farming the hell out of it. I don't think he's mentioned any concern. He kind of doesn't understand why the price of Joule is so high, but he doesn't play the game. So the smart dude when it comes to DeFi, I tell him that. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. When Fortnite, Tom, and Taiki dump. So, Retro, you're more afraid of getting destroyed by Fortnite and Taiki. I don't know how much Taiki has in. He never shows his real account. He just shows an account with like 0 joules. That always bums me out. He lost like 50,000 in Tomb or whatever the one that got destroyed on whatever chain. Was that on Phantom? I don't freaking remember. But he said it was like over 50,000. I imagine he has a huge ass DeFi Kingdoms bag. I think he got a Gen. He said he missed it, but he said he also gave a Gen 0 away. So I don't know if he didn't do the mint, bought it after, and then gave it away. I don't know. And he says it doesn't bother him. It has to bother him a little bit, man. I thought the dev said that Joule would always be needed to acquire each power. Yeah, so they did say that, Nick. So it's not done with AVAX, right? And that's the beauty of it. As long as the game continues to get adoption, it's going to Phantom, it's going to Matic. Their Discord members have gone up 10,000, I think, in the last week, Weren't we just celebrating 50,000? There's going to be the TVL on AVAX is billions. Like it's 8 or 9x. I don't know about that. Let's double check before I shoot my mouth off too much. DeFi Llama, Terra Luna, Chains, AVAX number 4 with 12 billion. Compared to Harmony One, I mean they're at $1 billion now, but it's all DeFi Kingdoms. I mean this number's got to be behind a little bit because DeFi Kingdoms itself, I think, is 1.1 billion at this point. So Harmony One, we're talking, a 9 or 10x in TVL on Avalanche, and then it's going to Phantom, another 6 billion. Then it's going to Matic, another 5 billion. That's multiples of TVL just out there, and people waiting to get into this game. And again, you need Jewel to be able to earn the power token. So the party's not over after Avalanche. The party might not be as big as Phantom because it's half the TVL, but you're going to get rewarded again. You're going to get rewarded with whatever power token is on Phantom, and then you're gonna. So we're gonna have I'm gonna have a hell of a lot more probably. Oh, there's an app. There's a new URL I got to show you guys. It's pretty cool. So I should have a hell of a lot more heroes, right? And it's interesting how much I'm making a day with my heroes. But so you're going to get incentivized. There's probably going to be more airdrops. There's going to continue to be like incentives and airdrops just being in Harmony One as the primary chain. But there should be airdrops again when we go to Phantom. Airdrops again. Should. I don't know, right? When we go to Matic, Matic is growing like crazy. You're going to need the single stake Jewel to earn the power token on Phantom. So there's going to the utility they built into Jewel is amazing. It's amazing. If the adoption continues to explode on this game, that alone, that's buy pressure. That's not sell pressure. The more and more people that want to get into this game. Now, it is an economy, right? So it is going to have to work itself out. Like if heroes start getting too expensive, barrier to entry, like those things are going to have to ebb and flow. So there's going to be volatility in this token. But I would not be surprised to see DeFi Kingdoms break into the top 50 plus. I mean, if they're going to take out, do you believe they could take out Axie Infinity? I think they could take out Axie Infinity, right? I truly do. Axie Infinity is number 32. What's their market cap? We do have an issue with like what the supply is versus the circulating supply, but that's, what are we at? A little over $1 billion? That's a 6x from here. That's a well over $100 Jewel. The economies out there, the markets out there show that Jewel can continue. Now, it might dump. It might dump January 21st, but there'll be other catalysts where you get it back. So as long as you have the long-term mentality, you should be fine. Again, if you got too much skin in the game, and if you're in good profits and you're like, man, I can take half my Jewel off the board. I'm happy with the remaining Jewel. You got to figure out your own strategy. And then now I have a bunch of other Jewel that I've turned into UST. I'm going to put that on Anchor, or I've turned it into whatever the hell you want and invest it somewhere else. What are some other killer games coming to Harmony? Bearish on the fact that Harmony yeah. You're going to get in trouble with me. I'm getting death threats. Oh, Tom, how dare you? It sounds like I'm kidding, but Tom, sounds like you're getting negative and bearish on Harmony One. Again, I look long-term into the future. What are these chains doing different? Harmony One's got some interesting use cases. I'm very bullish Harmony One. I think it has a future. I think there's going to be room in the pond, but I don't know that Harmony One's going to be like a top 10 blue chip, right? There are a lot of things Cardano, Polkadot, Solana, and Luna have going on. A lot of really good, unique use cases that are like, man, this chain's really doing something special. These things are going to be, much safer blue chip. So it is a problem. Some people there was someone posted in Twitter, like Harmony One's being completely carried by DeFi Kingdoms, and a whole bunch of people, oh, Harmony One was up, and someone said, oh, Harmony One was doing really good during the, this time of, before DeFi, but DeFi, it was Harmony One. If you overlay the maps and when DeFi Kingdoms, came out and how they bought I'm sorry, guys. Harmony One is being carried by DeFi Kingdoms right now. It would probably be sub 20 cents, if not much worse right now, if it wasn't for, and there's nothing wrong with that. Thank you, DeFi Kingdoms. We got Cosmic Wizards coming. Hopefully that one does really well. I'm bullish on that one. Oh, there's a few others, Freyala, but that one, they ran into some issues and got hacked, I think, if I remember correctly. DeFi Mons or whatever, maybe, Tranquility City. There's not a whole lot I'm hyped on right now. The only other game I'm hyped on right now is Cosmic Wizards, but again, I have no idea. They seem like a really good team and they're doing great things. A lot of it's very similar to DeFi Kingdoms, though it's much more of a Unreal immersive type, World of Warcraft game, it seems like. What else was there? There was another. Space Misfits looks really interesting. They're on Ethereum right now, but I think the plan is to port over to Harmony One. That's the stuff I've heard, right? I have no idea how true it is. I was told Anchor was coming to Harmony One half a year ago, so who the hell knows? Yeah, so the Nimrod is saying game developers need incentives. Harmony grants are small. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about how they're dishing out the Harmony grants, and unless they got more, unless they're going to go back to the well, right? Because it feels like it doesn't take much to get a grant, and even like DeFi Kingdoms, they got $1 million grant. Do they really need it? I mean, I didn't want to throw shade at them. I was like, did you guys really need the $1 million grant, right? Help build the ecosystem. Let that money go to someone that needs it. Maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe they do need it. I mean, anyway, I'm going to stop on that. Axie is full on game. Yeah, so it's a valid point, but it's coming with DeFi Kingdoms. It's all coming. I think I want to buy Chumby. I haven't looked enough into that. I was scared off by the pricing. And in general, like there's some cool games right now in AVAX that look kind of interesting. But again, I'm in a chill zone. I'm trying not to FOMO into anything right now. There's a couple, there's some police game on AVAX that looks cool. There's some new chicken game over there that's blowing up that looks kind of cool. But how well are these games going to stick? And don't get me wrong, I have the same concern with DeFi Kingdoms. I got lucky AF with DeFi Kingdoms. I got in early. I have an S-ton of unlocked jewel. I was able to buy a Gen 0 with profits. Super freaking lucky. There was nothing special about me when I got into DeFi Kingdoms. Don't get me wrong. I've been euphoric about a lot of projects in Harmony One, and now that's why I'm a lot more patient now, because I've done my bones or whatever I've put in my time, right? I've learned from it. And DeFi Kingdoms is just one of those ones that they hit the home run, right? A lot of times, building wealth is, you get lucky sometimes. So I definitely got lucky but it could all come crumbling down. I worry about what is the viability of what is really going to happen with these economies over time? We don't know yet because it's all so new. Is it sustainable to spend thousands of dollars to get into these games, right? We're talking about generally, take the money equation out of it. Generally, games are these things that very few games grow to be really big and are long lasting. What have we had like that in the last 20 years? We've had World of Warcraft. It's probably the most dominant one that lasted a long time, but even that one, peaked and held on to users for a while. What else have we had? We've had Fortnite is a big one. Game even that? So we're talking about a shorter life cycle. It's really hard for games to get to this mainstream, and they come and go, right? So, well, what are the teams going to be doing? Are they going to see the bridge is over on DeFi Kingdoms, and then they'll start focusing on the next new? So you're going to always have to be thinking about this when it comes to games. Again, we don't know how these economies are going to work out, long lasting, what's going to happen. People are in these games to make money right now, right? These are super rich. Well, not always, again, there's people that got lucky, but a lot of times these are just rich, spoiled brat, older kids like me. I'm making fun of myself that are like, man, this is great. I can make money doing the kind of thing I used to love doing as a kid, collecting cards, trading cards. Oh, on top of that, you can like, summon new cards and try and build specific stats. So there's a whole game there, right? And the game, it's a full on game. Axie Infinity, it's kind of a full. It's not, and the same. It's not going to be too hard for DeFi Kingdoms to have the battles and all that. So that should be really cool. I forget who it was. I'm not even sure if it's gonna. Oh, it's supposed. Yeah, I think Trezor was saying it was supposed to be like. I don't know what's that game everyone likes. Uh, I'm brain fighting hard. I never really played the game that much. One of those MOBAs, right? Is it supposed to be a MOBA type game? Doesn't Harmony have like? Yeah, I mean that's not a lot of money. No. So there's a big difference between like the grant. Harmony grants are for projects and creating DAOs and projects. So we're like bug bounties and things like that. So when I say all these, I'm talking. There's a big difference for me when I'm talking about incentives and grants. So on top of Phantom having like 300 and some $1 million in incentives, or maybe it's AVAX. They have hundreds of millions in DeFi incentives, and I don't know what they have for like bounty programs and grants. That's like totally different. Harmony One's incentives for DeFi is like chicken scratch compared to what everyone else has done. They threw like 10 or 15 million in AVAX over on Matic. I think much more on AVAX. Dude, like Harmony One's like you can have 2 million. Right? So who knows? They're not going to get the same, they're not going to, the Chainlink Oracle can help out quite a bit. So we'll have to see. But Harmony team only, yeah. So I don't know about, and no, they gave DFK $1 million. I think 50 is the minimum. So if you have like, I don't know, it's just a cool concept. Like, I don't even know what you can do with 50K. Like, I have a bunch of great ideas, but is 50K going to get my project launched, right? 50K won't even buy a developer these days, will it? That's the thing. I don't even know, like, how would I go build the team? And they'll help you do that too, but man, the whole thing until I learn more about it scares me because I do have some good ideas. So the Chumby characters, I did look at that. The two things, and man, they have like 400,000 people in the Discord. So that game could be massive. I haven't looked at the gameplay. I have no idea what it's like. Do they even have gameplay yet? I know getting into the game's expensive. The NFT, I didn't want to do all the research, right? Because I felt like it was already a bit too late. And then I don't have the time to play. I don't have the time to play DFK right now. I missed my quest. Oh, I got to show you guys that website. But my quests aren't as effective as they need to be. I just don't have the time to stay on top of it. Let's pop on. This is a really cool. I was listening to the Drake on Digital, and someone mentioned this website. It's really cool. I will go to the right chat. So it's this right here. I will put it in the chat, and we'll take a quick look at it. I'm curious to see how much this is going to, because again, I'm really worried about taxes. And this does a pretty good breakdown of like how much money you've earned and things like that. So it'd be really interesting to see something like this, be able to handle something like that. Because we're going to need things like this to be able to help us do our taxes. Because again, you get a rune, that's a tax event. You summon a hero, that's a tax event. Things like that. But I was really surprised, like, at how much detail. One of the things that would bug me in DeFi Kingdoms is if I go on a quest, you come back and you get your rewards, and if you accidentally click on the screen outside of that little window, it pops off, and you're like, oh man, I don't even know if I got anything good there. I mean, you could go check it on DFK Watch, but this handles it a lot better. So you can go to things like your quests, and it's just super detailed. So we can take a look. It'll take a second to show up. But it's going to show me how much money I made per day, and you can do transaction histories for a while. Yeah, dude, I'm nothing compared to some of the people out there, Retro. Let's see, complete quest. I feel like, no, it's going to, yeah, so see, I just did a fishing quest 5 hours ago. What the hell was I doing up 5 hours ago? This is what I got. So it'll show you every bit of detail. It's gonna have some really cool stats come up here in a second. Show you how much I've made today so far, and it's like it's pretty freaking, like, if all you did was sell, I've already made $13. And all I've done is collect. What have I done? Let's see, 5, 6, 6, 6. So it's counting all these. So I've done 2 mining quests, a gardening quest, and a couple fishing quests. And I didn't. So I did get. Did I get a rune? Because that would really kind of be so. There's no runes in that $13, right? So I've made 13, and it shows you a breakdown, like $1.40 for this, $1.45 for that, 30 cents in Gaia tiers. How did I? Oh, that's really cool. So $3.92 in gold on that one. So it's really cool. I could have sworn I've gotten a rune. Must have been just yesterday, early in the morning. I know I got a rune yesterday. I could swear. Yeah, there we go. That must be, oh no, that was 2 days ago. Man, the runes need to come a little bit, because I've been leveling my characters. So I'm getting to the point where my Gen 0 is going to need 3 runes. My Fisher is going to need 3. Do I have any quests I can do right now? Let's take a quick look. Oh, we can collect our mine. Come on, baby. So here, we're going to add to the total. We're going to add to the freaking total. I should be over $15 in mostly passive. You got to click a couple mouse clicks. Looks like things are still, what do we got? Bitcoin. Oh, Bitcoin's trying to catch a bid. All right, come on. There's no issue. Oh, I probably need to. I was getting ready to give Harmony One a hard time, but I actually got to accept the transaction. Come on, MetaMask. You're getting on my nerves. 0.04. Man, these gas prices have gone up on Harmony One. Do a 5 joule sub drop. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing that. I really enjoy, there's a lot of intelligent people in this chat. I don't know how I want to do, I want to do giveaways, but then there's like, there's more tax events, and how do I deal with it? And I don't necessarily want to grow the channel. Just, I don't want people coming here just for, because I'm giving things away. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole different vibe at a certain point. And then do I get adrenaline rushes off of it, and then I sell out because I'm like, oh man, I just give away, a couple grand a month, but I build up this channel where all I care about is getting the clicks and earning that sweet YouTube revenue. So I'm trying to stay grounded, right? And just like crypto, I try and think of all angles, and it was a pretty lackluster haul. Let's get a refresh on this though. So let's see how much. What was that? 4 miners, I think. Let's see how much more. It's probably a couple bucks. So people worried about getting, getting a Gen 1, 2, or 3. Just playing the game, you can make a few dollars here and there. I mean, your ROI might be. With runes, right? If you sell your runes, your ROI might not be that bad, 3 or 4 months. So that's if it continues to go up. I've discussed in this past. I think the best way to get into the game is put liquidity in the liquidity pools, earn jewels, earn a bunch of lock jewels. The earlier you get in, the better. What? Did I just make $6? There's no way that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dude, I just made $6 with that. That's crazy. Yeah, that's freaking crazy. Not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4 miners. You can get about two mine trips a day with the miner. So $6. So about a couple bucks a day. If you had a miner, you can make a couple bucks a day, $60 a month. If you get a rune, you know, get a rune or two, level. You're going to want the runes. In my opinion, I think the smart move would not be to sell your runes. Level up your character and increase your chance. I think that is the play. Level up your character and improve your chance of getting runes. I'm really excited. I don't know that anyone has level 5 Gen Zeros yet, because apparently after level 5, you can create stronger Gen 1s, I think. So word on the street. I'm looking forward to that. My Gen Zero is pushing level 4, I believe. I would assume. And there's people ahead of the game than me, because again, I don't maximize my quests. There's times when I go on a fishing quest, I completely forget about it, or I go on a quest, and 8 hours later, the quest was done, 5 minutes after I started it, but I don't remember, oh man, I got to go do my quest. Oh shit, I forgot to finish it the last time I did it. So people are probably a lot closer. I'm just barely in the level 3 on this one. No, it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, no, that's exactly Alpine. I'm gonna figure some stuff out, but again, I don't want to grow the channel by giving giveaways, man. I want you guys to be here because you want to be here. If you enjoy it, tell me what I'm doing right. If you don't enjoy it, I'll probably ignore you. I'm kidding, but oh, Felicity, how you doing, baby? All right, guys, I am gonna do this move right here. Actually, one quick look. Bitcoin 46.6. Probably gonna be a boring ass day. Actually, I'm interested. Tech dev does keep getting me thinking, like we're gonna blast off to the moon any day. He keeps the hope alive. He keeps the hopium alive. So hopefully we do get that impulse and that short squeeze. There is, the sentiment is right now there is a lot of volatility out there. We're gonna go one way or the other. I got to tell you, actually, my boy Capo's got a couple new tweets. Maybe because I love this guy, man. Hopefully he's got a nice little drop for us. So what has he got? This is what rejection looks like. What is that on though, bro? Come on, give us more than that. What do we got here? Bitcoin destroying both longs and shorts in minutes. Oh, bro, I don't want to hear that. This pattern usually resolves to the downside. All right, so it looks like there was a lot of liquidations both ways, and he's thinking we're going to go down. Not a good sign. He has been saying for a long time, though, that he thinks we're going to go to 44,000, and then we're going to pump. So I would like to get that move over, right? I'd like to get that move over. I don't want to go back down to like 30,000 again. I'm prepared for it. I don't want that to be the case. I have a nice little pump. Any diet updates? One day I'll have a hero in DFK. Yeah, it's getting expensive as hell. How you doing, Pavo? The diet is going well. In fact, I'm getting a little lightheaded right now though, so maybe I need to eat something. Yeah, no, I've been going strong. Last night I was like, man, I gotta have some pizza. You know what I had? I had a bowl of oatmeal. You can make a tasty ass oatmeal, man. Some heated up peanut butter and some cinnamon and some blueberries or whatever. Like I would love to put bananas in my oatmeal, but now I'm adding too much carbs again, type 2 diabetes. I continue to make my killer salads. It's tough though, man. It's tough. It's going pretty good though. Thanks for asking. All right, let's go ahead and do this right now. I need to get a little button. I need to add to my stream deck, guys. All right, let's do this right here. Another great stream. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know, man. Comment down below after this closes what you want to hear more of, or if there's anything you want me to deep dive into, or what we'd like to discuss. We're pretty loosey goosey over here. I could have a title and we could never. There are times we don't even get to what's in the title. I'm glad we did today. Again, I'm very bullish, Luna. It is going to be something I'm looking to build out a core position in, just like Sandbox. Anyway, I'm wrapping this up. I'll be back tomorrow, 6:25 a.m. PST. Smash the like. Be there or you're going to be square. Peace.